Welcome back to another episode of Agony Uncles. I'm Scotty, that's Motty. We've got producer Alexa, the voice of reason, as he seems to have been dubbed over the past few episodes. If you're a patron, thank you. And you're watching this early because you helped me and him and producer Alexa stay doing this because, you know, it's £3.99 a month and they're helping us out.
They are helping us out, and I hope they feel like they're getting value for money because we do put time and effort into the Patreon, don't we?
Well, we do, because it's now nearly 9 o'clock on a Monday night. We've got other stuff we could be doing. We're not. We're here sharing our wits, our wisdom, our ways to save your life.
What do you think you're an expert in? If you used to be,
fucking hell.
If you used to go on like Mastermind or something like that,
yeah,
or, you know, some sort of talking heads show where they go, we've brought in Scotty. What are you an expert on? What could you say, right? I'm a guy that you could get on your show.
And I could talk about anything.
What are you?
That's a question. What could you do a 15-minute TED talk on if you had no preparation?
Oh, is it? Is that a thing? I didn't even know that. We'll go with that one then.
I'd probably go The Godfather. That'd probably be mine.
You're an expert on The Godfather?
Compared to the rest of the lack of shit that I know about, yeah.
Right, okay.
Or Picasso would probably be another one.
Yeah?
The life of Picasso,
I'm impressed.
yeah.
No, very good.
What would yours be?
JFK's one.
Yeah, that's the one I'd have put on
but
you.
I've took my eye off the ball because I'm not.
It's not changed. It's still dead.
And well, is it? But I used to know a lot, but my memory's terrible, so it's like I'd have to do a bit of revision. But yeah, JFK, I feel like I was I did my dissertation on him. For example, you know, I was quite sort of well.
The music of Oasis as well, I reckon.
You're good at that.
I could do anything music based.
When we get to be here now, it's done for me. I'm over. I don't know. I don't even couldn't tell you what's on what album. It'd
probably be music. Maybe like 90s hip hop would be pretty decent.
You'd be very good at that. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
You've got a few. You've got a few up your sleeve, you. So.
I have, but none as good as the advice that I like to give in life to other people.
Yes.
That is not expert.
Wisdom.
That is, what's the opposite of expert? Idiocy. So here's an idiot's guide, How to Ruin Your Life, by me, Scotty, and him, Motty. Producer Alexi, what's the first one where we should give really bad advice for?
So, first one for today. I snogged my mother-in-law as part of a drunken game at a family party. My wife and her husband egged us on, but now I can't stop thinking about her. Should I act on it?
So there we go. I snogged my mother-in-law. My wife and husband. My wife and her husband.
My wife, yeah, and the mother-in-law's husband egged them on.
Should I act on it?
What do you mean, like doing the mum-in-law?
Follow it up and do more than just snogging. Do like.
I mean, what the hell is what? Well. What's the wife and?
This sounds like an episode of Shameless or something, doesn't it? My wife and her husband, family party. My wife and her husband egged us on. What's going on there? Why? That's very
inbred.
Well, you're saying inbred. I would. Well, yeah.
Incestuous.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. It's keeping it in the family.
Do you know what I mean? And
have you ever?
No.
Go on.
No, go on. No, I've not snogged my mother-in-law. If that's what you're going now.
Well, not the current one.
Right. Have I ever kissed any of my ex's mums?
I know where this is going. You're going to ask me. Yes, that's the question I'm asking.
No, have you?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Go on, tell us the story.
I'm not mentioning names.
No, obviously. That would be insane.
Yeah, it's a school party. So I'm 16, it was like the leaving school party. And
okay.
I'm
glad to hear you was 16 when you was at school parties.
Snogging one of the girls at the school.
Yeah.
And then her mum was giving us a lift back.
Right.
And she was in Glossop and like
the
stables and stuff. And the girl that I was sort of with was pissed.
Yeah.
So she went to bed and stuff. And then I was like, her mum ended up like giving me a kiss goodnight.
Really?
In places.
Wow. So you had sex?
No, not sex.
Mum.
No, not sex.
Right,
just like quite passionate stuff happened.
Okay, it's just like a Mills and Boon novel. Quite passionate.
No, but like I didn't shag her though.
Right. Okay. How old was the lady in question? Do you reckon?
Probably fucking our age now.
43 or 42 in your case. Yeah, and you were 16.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
I nearly did. It was more like, it was just like,
That's terrible.
Because I think she'd been drinking and fucking drink driving as well, obviously.
Oh, this sounds like just an absolute horror show.
I went to school in Gorton, so if anybody out
Well,
there
yeah,
watching,
that is like an episode of Shameless. I think it is actually where they
in
film it.
West Gorton, it was actually shot, yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
The pub,
So that is
actually, the pub in
literally-
Shameless was my dad's local for a while.
Was it?
On the jockey, yeah.
Oh, nice. So,
Not
yeah,
so-
so Scotty's got experience in this. How did it work out for you in the end?
Well, I'm not with either of them now.
Right, okay, so it didn't really...
I don't feel, but what is it? Is his wife and his mother-in-law?
Yeah, his wife and his mother-in-law's husband are encouraging this, or did they encourage it? I don't know if they're encouraging a relationship.
You're gonna gain nothing but headache and probably divorce. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean...
And maybe a twatting from your fucking father-in-law.
Well, he sounds like he's in on it. I think these lots should be on a website. Seriously, I think they need to join, one of those things where you swipe up and down or whatever it is.
What?
Tinder and all that, and Grindr, whatever the fuck it is.
Grindr?
Yeah.
That's the gay one, I think.
All right. Well, we're inclusive on this channel. Join the gay one.
There was no gay stuff going on.
Well, give it time. Then, you know what I mean?
Here's your
Why not?
brother.
Yeah. Throw the brother in a mix. Listen, there's plenty of people you can get off with that aren't your mother-in-law. I'd go down that route.
Yeah, like your
Seriously.
wife, so
Yeah.
sack it
If your wife's not ticking the boxes and she's encouraging you to go and see someone else, then I'd go and see someone that didn't give birth to her.
Yes, that's a fucking perfect way of putting it.
It's just, I don't have many rules in life, but it's one I live by.
Alexa?
I keep calling into work sick and I'm worried my boss is going to be angry with me when I'm actually ill. What shall I do? And that's from A. Martial from Wilmslow.
Right. It's a conundrum, this one, isn't it? The boy who cried wolf.
Yeah,
We've all had that, haven't we?
that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a job where you proper sort of minging in sick?
Most jobs.
I've been bad for it.
I'm not at the BBC, but like jobs I didn't like, I've done it bad.
Do you know weird? When I was a reporter, I never rang in sick. Ever. I got sent
That's
home.
what I mean when you do a job you like doing. Very rare.
Or
Like
freelance. When I was freelance, I never rang in sick and get paid.
yeah, exactly.
Aye. But historically, I have. That's what motivated me, to become a journalist.
What?
Because when I used to work in a warehouse in Trafford Park, they had a rule that when you'd been there for 10 years, I think it was, you got full pay on sick for up to a year.
Oh right, yeah.
And I remember when I used to be in the smoking shed or whatever, or just chatting to the lads in the warehouse, that was their goal in life. A lot of them, they'd been there for years, was like to get to the 10 years and then they'd have a year off on the sick and get full pay. That was the height of their ambition, right?
That's like the gold watches.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. Fair enough, I get it. But I remember thinking, I was only like 23, 24, whatever. I thought, fucking hell, there's more to life than just trying to do this for 10 years and you can have a year on the piss getting paid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which was the goal. And then I thought, now by that time, obviously, I'll be 34 and it's like, this job is shit. No, I need to do something else with my life. What is it I've always wanted to do? Journalism. Let's go and do it. So that motivated me because I thought my ambition can't be just get full pay on the sick, which is what the goal was.
What's the biggest thing you've called in? What's the biggest lie you've done for calling in sick?
The biggest lie? That's a really good question. I've been asked this before. And
I pretended I had diabetes when I was stoned at work.
Really?
Yeah.
You had diabetes?
No, I didn't have diabetes. I pretended that I had diabetes.
Is that not something where you've got to sort of back that up forever?
Well, yeah. So like I had to stay at but I had a spliff. I had a spliff at like lunch time, and then went back in, and then started having a bit of a whiter. I was going under, and then Jean, is that one tell? Remember Jean? She had like a bit curly hair. Anyway, so she came over and I said, I don't feel well, Jean. She goes, oh, what's wrong with you? I said, my diabetes is kicking in. She goes, I didn't know you had diabetes. I said, yeah, I don't really like to tell people about that, but I need like sugar and stuff. Oh, you'd be fucked. I said, so she goes, all right, okay. So she took me into the meeting room and then had me lying down underneath the meeting room desk having a nap, and she was literally bringing me food and drink.
Really?
Seriously.
Did at any part of this did you feel guilty?
Not at all. Why would I? And then the following. So then when I came down the following day, knowing that I'm still getting paid, I thought I'm just gonna have the week off. My diabetes is fucked.
Diabetes.
And
yeah,
that was one of them.
I remember once. One of the most ridiculous ones I come up with was a sunstroke.
Sunstroke?
Yeah.
In England?
Yeah. But I was pissed when I rang in. So I'd said it, and then, you know, you say it out loud, and then you've said it, and you got to back it up. But we'd had like half an hour of sun. And I was like...
It's extreme heat wave.
Because of my bald head, it's got to me. And I had to fucking pretend and then look up, like... Yeah, I think this was... Yeah, it was the fucking Daisy Internet. Of course it was. I had to look up, like, the symptoms because I wasn't even sure.
Did you start burning your own head? With
Mate, it was just so horrible. And then people kept asking me about it as well. It was fucking nonsense. But the worst one was when I got nicked once and I started a new job. So I had to ring in sick, saying I had flu because I was getting took to court. The warrant officer came round to my mum's and was like, my mum's like, came upstairs and she started swearing at me, get down. And she never used to swear at my mum. She's like, get downstairs now. Effing and jaffing. I thought, right, what's going on here? And the cop was just stood there and he was like, read out my name and all this. And there's a warrant here for your arrest. Failure to attend and all this shit. And I was like, oh, fuck, you know, I just started a new job as well. So I had to ring in. I said, can you just make a phone call quickly, ring in work? And he was like, yeah, go on then. So I was like, oh, I don't feel well. I'll let you know when I'm going to bag in, hopefully, if we get a phone call.
A friend of mine came up from Southampton and went out on the piss. And this is back in the days. Remember, you used to run from taxis and stuff. When you run from taxis, he's not paid the taxi driver.
Yeah, of course.
So he's jumped out the back of the taxi and he's legged it, and he's fell over and completely smashed his, like, twist his ankle to the point where he needed to go. I think he needed to go into a cast. But he's come up from Southampton, left the car there, had to go into the hospital or whatever. Like, blah blah blah. He couldn't drive back. So he had to phone his missus and say, oh, something dangerous. I fell on the way back to David's house. Didn't say she was pissed, didn't say running from a taxi driver. She's had to drive from Southampton all the way to Manchester to pick him up.
No, I've done that drive. 4.5 hours.
To pick him up. And she was absolutely none the wiser until it was their wedding day. And the best man decided to tell the whole...
Oh, no. Well, that, to be fair, if you're the best man, you've got to do that, aren't you?
I did.
Is this who I think it is? Won't name names. Yeah. Is the girl that he married, is that someone we know? Would I know her? I realise this is great view for people.
Yeah. He met her via the other girls from Southampton that we knew.
There you go, you see.
Still in touch with them too.
All roads leads back to Malia. So that's our advice. What was our advice? We didn't even give any, did we? We just told stories about what we do.
What was the question again?
About calling in sick, essentially.
Yeah, calling sick.
Do you know what the best thing to do calling in sick, right? Is to get sent home.
Go in. The effort.
Yeah. And then get sent home.
Get someone to phone you as well. That's another good one.
What say, like we've
say,
got your results from the clinic and it ain't good.
Say something like you got, like, your kitchen's on fire. Or do it yourself. Go missing, go to the toilet, phone in, put a voice on, and say like, hello, is David there? No.
Who are you phoning?
The work.
Where? On what phone?
My mobile phone.
You're phoning the work on your mobile phone?
But the people in the office can't find me.
So you're ringing so whose phone are you ringing?
My boss's or the receptionist to say, oh, I need to...
Are you having this phone call in the 1990s? Because most people now are just ringing the boss's mobile. So I don't know how you're going to do that. Most people, when you're ringing in or you're messaging in, it's a mobile you're going to be ringing, isn't it?
No, you phone the office phone.
Right, okay. It's very specific, isn't it?
Anyway, and then say, like, something's happened, can you get him to give us a call? And then you come back from the toilet after sitting down.
Right. Yeah.
Right, David, you had an emergency phone call, and you're like, oh shit, what's happened there? Yeah. And then just don't even say anything to your boss, just run out.
Yeah. Or your boss, if it's me, says, David, can I just borrow your phone a minute? Just look at the last number you rang.
Yeah. And I'll be like, no, you can't, you weirdo.
Right, okay. You're fired.
I'll be like, you can't do that. And then you feel, I'm intimidated here. I don't have to work under these circumstances. I'll see you at the tribunal.
Yeah, I quit.
And then leave. And then you can get paid for nothing.
Do you know what? It's easy nowadays. Like,
what? To
ring in. These fucking little weasels get away with murder. He just fucking messaged me.
James Young used to do it.
To be fair, they never ring in sick, but they can just message, just text if they want to do it. Do you know what I mean? They don't have to ring me.
And put on voices.
Yeah, I can't fuck all that noise.
Taking just pictures of themselves with a temperature sticking.
Yeah, like, fucking hell, Jay, I'll be on their Instagram seeing they've been out fucking.
I remember when I broke my. I remember when I broke my leg once as well. And I had to like ring round my cousins and my aunties. I've got one crutch. I need enough. What was my life about? I was like, my mum had a crutch because she worked at the NHS, and I'm not too sure why she had it, but I couldn't go in with just the one crutch. And then I had to like phone around, and I had 2 odd-looking crutches.
Really?
And then I had this advertising agency I worked for, and he goes, "What's happened there?" I said, "The NHS cuts, it's terrible." Fucking hell. And I'm there hobbling around on 2 size crutches.
For fuck's sake. Hey, sorry, government for you. Right, so A Marshall, whoever you are, I think we've answered your question there. Go in, get sent home. Go in, play 90 minutes, and they'll ask you not to come back.
Just go in and fall over after 10 minutes and just leave again.
Next one.
Can I just say, Jay, as well, obviously, as you are my boss, I think, as you know, I'd never, ever
100% attendance record, this guy. Exemplary.
Not just be aware in this, Alexia.
Do you ever watch Veep?
Yes.
See where Selena takes credit for anything good Tom James does? Because she hired him. She brought him in. That's like move, Alexa. Alexa does all these great things, and I go, see what I did there. Yeah. Brought this kid in. Do you know what I mean? It's like I haven't. Yeah. When I haven't. Half the time I don't even know what he's on about. I just agree with him. Yeah. He knows the social media. He's young.
Them numbers look great, Alexa.
Yeah. It's moving in the right direction. Yeah. You know what I mean? The numbers are bigger now than they were last week. You did a great job. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what I mean? My kids like it. Great. Go on, my brother. What's next?
Problem is, what is the best relationship advice you've ever had?
Oh, bro, that's deep.
Don't go to sleep on an argument is a good one. Because if you allow something to sort of fester during the night, chances are, if you're in a busy relationship, like kids, or you're out to work in the morning, if you don't get it sorted there and then, chances are you won't have time in the morning to do it. Out the door. And it festers and festers. And then what happens is there's a separation issue, like, because whoever's at fault or whatever, one of you won't want to talk about it and won't want to bring it up when you come back home because enough shit's been passed, so it's not been dealt with, and it just sort of festers.
Right, okay.
You get too many incidents like that where you're sleeping on relationships. You get like an archive of problems.
Very good.
And then shit goes south. So yeah, that's what I'd say. So don't fall asleep on an argument. Or unless the argument's been done when it's pissed, and then just forget about it in the morning, because what's the point?
Yeah, no, that's good relationship advice. Yeah, I like that. The best advice I ever got was just do as you're told.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, it's right. We've been together 9 years.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
See what I mean? Fuck it. Works for us.
Yeah. Are you the subservient one in there?
Nah, we're all right. Like, I'm quite fortunate in the things that my missus likes doing and has a certain thing about doing them, like cleaning the house and tidying, I can't be arsed with.
So she likes doing it?
She's a bit OCD, has a certain way of doing it. I just get in the way. I annoy her. If I tidy up when I think I've tidied up, I haven't. Yeah. Because it's not to the standard or the way she does it. So, and also, the only reason I really got away with going to Australia on pre-season in America is she just went me out of the house for a bit because I'm a scruffy bastard. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's happy days all around.
So well, they say opposites attract.
Yeah.
So she's like, she keeps a clean house.
She's tidy.
And a scruffy partner.
She's tidy. She's got a load of hair and she's quite bright.
Right. So, okay.
Yeah, opposites do it.
Fair enough. So the best relationship advice is find someone who's the opposite to you.
Yeah. Find someone.
Unless that does not going to work out for you if you're. What does she get from you?
Well, Scotty, every 6 months, 30 seconds of a life.
Wow.
No, what does she get from me?
Your numbers are going up as well.
Yeah. What does she get from me? I have.
You didn't sell yourself there, though,
I have I'm a relatively amusing person around the house. I look after the kids now and again. Yeah. Like, I get involved. I'm not stingy with money. I've not got any, but when I have it, I'll pay the bills and stuff. And yeah, we have a laugh. So it's not too grim. Do you know what I mean? And I do as I'm told, which is going back.
That's it. Because she wouldn't be able to find somebody who should be able to who do what they're told.
No, that's it. I mean, people moan about lads. I know they moan about being told what to do and doing as you're told around the house. And I don't mind that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Within reason, man. Do you know what I mean? It's happy days, isn't it? Yeah, let them tell you what to do because it's just less mather, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pick your battles, innit?
Yeah, that's a good one. Pick your battles. There's certain times as well where you know, like, you can see it coming on the horizon.
Yeah.
When you've been with someone for a while, you'll know.
You know, it's like fishermen at sea.
Yeah, you'll see it in the you'll think, this is coming. It's on its way. It's in the post, if you allow me to mix my metaphors. So you just say, right, okay, this is coming. This is what I need to do to either avoid it or to deal with it. You know what I mean? So, and I think for me, it has got a bit easier.
Yeah.
As you've been together longer. Because this is the longest I've ever been with anyone. So it's got easier.
Okay.
Whereas early
so
doors
what would you take into the next relationship?
The next one, a mate of mine, do you know what? It's funny, we were talking about this today. A mate of mine is a mutual friend of ours. I won't name him, no. He's been married twice. And at his second wedding, I went to his wedding. And for his speech, he started his speech, he went, so, here we are again. And the bride's dad looked like he was ready to chin him. He really was not laughing at that, and we were all in hysterics. So yeah, that's my advice. Pick your battles. Yours is don't go to bed on an argument. Or also just do as you fucking told if you're a lad.
There we go. Alexi,
have you got any relationship advice?
I think find the right person, but also when you're trying to find...
What's the fucking nonsense is
this?
They
don't exist.
Find the right person. No, just find someone who you don't do your head in a bit, have fucking kids with them, and then stay with them for the rest of your life.
But you know, an issue people have is that I think a lot of people try too hard to find someone, when realistically, usually the way people meet is you kind of naturally meet someone. Because a lot of people, like I know, kind of will just really go out of their way to kind of try and meet someone sometimes, but I think sometimes you probably connect with people the best when you just kind of naturally speak to someone and get close to someone that way.
I always think as well with relationships is that people look too much for the stuff that they want rather than what they'll put up with. Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at like, okay, well, they've got this problem, that problem, I can get by with that rather than saying, they've got to tick this box. Nobody's perfect out there. And I don't care who you look like or what your body's like or whatever. That shit's gonna go south or deteriorate at some point. So and as the relationship will go through rough waters, to keep the metaphor going. So be aware of what problems you'll accept from a possible partner.
That's a good one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
What shit are you gonna put up with?
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. That's a good point as well. With you got to know about your own faults as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Be honest about it.
Be honest about your own faults. Because I know I can be able to live with. I know that I can.
I know my head can be.
I can be, scruffy, moody at times. Things are getting on top. Do you know what I mean? A bit sulky or whatever. Smelly. Do you know what I mean? Confused.
Won't cook.
Idiotic. Yeah. Just a knobhead, basically. Just a scruffy, smelly dickhead. Yeah. So but be aware of that.
Lovable.
Yeah, thank you.
That's right.
Having moments. What's next on the agenda, my friend?
Next one. My boyfriend has asked how many people I've slept with. Do I tell the truth?
No.
Not if you want to stay with him.
Depends.
That shit never ends well.
Depends on what number it is.
The fact that she's putting this into an Agony Uncles thing tells me it ain't fucking 2 or 3.
Yeah.
It might be, it's at least double digits, isn't it? So
how many is too many?
I think triple figures. I'm asking questions.
Right.
I'm like, what? Really?
And be honest, is it different for a man, for a woman? Numbers, do you think?
Yeah.
To you?
It isn't for me. I think society-wise, it is. If a lad's got a load of numbers, he's a lad, he's done well, he's sold his oats and all that. Yeah. If a woman has got big numbers, in the eyes of society, not by me, she's a slapper.
Yeah.
So, it is different. But, bro, when we was in Malia, I knew girls who were, like, dropping insane numbers.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
little
yeah.
girls that I used to work with,
Yeah.
they were doing numbers, like, and they were nice girls as well. Like, they were funny. They were good
Well, they were out
looking,
there to live their life, weren't they?
And they were busy, and I ain't got an issue with that. Like, I'll be honest with you. It's not about what they've done in the past. They're with you now. As long as you trust them now, they don't think they're still at it. It's a minor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'll be honest, like,
I think an insecurity comes around on it with that sort of thing.
yeah, I don't know, actually. I'm tempted to say to this girl, just tell the truth, because if he's got an issue with it, maybe he's not the right guy for you.
That's a very good point.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to be honest. Like, I'm quite fortunate in the sense that
Why flip it round though? Why does he want to know? Why does he need to know?
I think it's a natural conversation.
But why does he need to know though?
I suppose he doesn't. But then you make it a thing, innit? I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's just that it's one of those conversations that comes up. I think from my personal point of view, the amount of people I slept with isn't horrific, because I'm not saying I'm some sort of stud or great looking or whatever, but I was always about getting out of my head.
Yeah.
Always, even when I was in Malio.
No, yeah.
All I cared about was just getting twisted.
Yeah.
So whilst I've slept with several people, it's not some of the numbers that you see from some of my mates just fucking off the scale. Do you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I think to them about them, how do their missus cope with it when they've so many?
Yeah, but how did they know?
Some of them I think know a bit,
Maybe
but
they don't want
not
to
the
know.
full
Yeah,
story.
the phone number. They're taking the digit off.
Yeah. Even then it's horrendous. So yeah, I'll just be honest and just say, look, this is what it is, but I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I'm not with any of them other 987
You know,
blokes. I'm with you.
Marlon Brando supposedly slept with 1,000 people during his life.
I've got a mate who I think's done that.
1,000.
I know that sounds like ridiculous, right? But hear me out.
We've all got one mate who's definitely
Like-
done more numbers than.
He was a doorman for years.
Oh, I know who it is. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a doorman for years, and he was
1,000.
busy for about. I know 1,000 is a lot, obviously, but what's that? How many? I'm saying. What,
How many
3 or
weeks?
4 a week for the best part of a decade?
52 times. Yeah.
I think it's doable.
It's definitely doable. People
Yeah.
do it, don't they? I don't know if you
know,
can be
man.
bothered with the fucking headache of that.
No, I don't know. Maybe if there were lads in Mali though that hit 100.
In Malia.
Yeah, remember? I know a few. There was a few.
Yeah.
who were having like a little mini contest.
Painter.
Yeah, Painter. Well, Painter's not his name.
Yeah,
Painter. There was the other kid from London. His initials are AP. He was about 100. Sorry. And this is a summer. This is one summer.
Well, that's because you had everyone coming over on holiday to just, 2 weeks of
Yeah,
summer romance.
yeah.
And because you worked over
You
there,
worked
it was
over there.
easy to...
Every night you were doing that. Unless you were like me, and every night you were just getting levered out your head and waking up in a fucking pull your own vomit on the beach.
Yeah, you wasted the time over there.
I fucking did a lot of research during the time there.
So did I.
So yeah, be honest. Otherwise, as well, you never know, it might come out one day when you're levered or one of your mates says something, and then it's a drama, and it becomes a thing.
Yeah. I think you'd know as well, like, if someone's
Got
seasoned.
experience.
Not from any sort of, like, anatomical point of view, but just from, like,
What do you mean?
what sort of game they're playing in the room.
Really?
I think so, yeah. You look at some of the best footballers,
Yeah,
they've got a lot of games under the belt,
yeah. That's true, but then you've got footballers who've been around for ages and have always been pretty shit.
That's true as well. We
Do you
didn't
know
play
what
at
I
the
mean?
highest level.
But they might not have.
If you were a footballer in bed,
Yeah.
here's a question.
Right.
What footballer would you be?
If I was a footballer in bed. Ah, that's right, okay.
So, like, what are you?
I'd be like a sort of, I'm trying to think, who would I be if I was a footballer in bed? It would probably be someone like, someone like Michael Appleton or someone like that.
Who's that?
Played for United for a bit and he got injured very early. That's me. Alright, he got injured before his career got going.
Yeah.
That's basically me, because I just got fucking out of my head constantly. Do you know what I mean? It was like there was times when I was seeing girls and stuff. And,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
I didn't have that many one night stands though. I had a few, not many though. Because
I meant-
I was always
yeah,
about.
I just
if I
meant-
was out, I was
yeah,
out
yeah,
getting
yeah.
out of it. And if I was going back to someone's house, it was to do drugs, not to shag. Do you know what I mean? What about you? Who would you be?
You meant appearances then, didn't you? By how many people you sort of slept with?
Yeah,
Is that what you're
career,
going for?
like,
Right,
sort
okay.
of thing. And I was like, man,
I
it
meant
lasts
like
very long.
I meant you in the bedroom. If you were like a style of footballer, what would that be?
A style in the bedroom.
Yeah, so like I'd say I'd probably be like fucking, I don't know,
Go on.
like Ronaldinho.
Fucking hell, hello. Hey, how are we going to get his head through that door? Ronaldinho?
Yeah, man, like loads of skills and tricks and shit.
Really?
Yeah. Doesn't score a lot, but you know he's got a few moves.
Okay, I'd probably be more like...
Better than fucking. I was my back on mine. I was thinking Keno before. That's not, nobody's enjoying that.
Yeah, I'd be more like Steve Bruce type, just functional.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can rely on him. He's
Functional.
reliable, he's functional, he does a very good
You
job.
can do it on a cold
Do
Tuesday.
you know what I
night.
mean? He's not going to let you down.
No.
But you're not going to tell all your friends about it.
Unsung hero. He's never going to be performing for his country.
No,
Yeah.
but you'd miss him if he weren't there. He played his part.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He put the hours in.
Alexia, next one.
So this is a slightly different route. I have an unpopular opinion for you both.
Go on.
And this opinion is, I think you might both agree with this, but Friends, the TV show, is just like the most overrated crap, just unfunny. Just people only like it because other people like it and that they're told to like it. Because it's on TV all the time. They've got all the merch about, you know, all these shops have got all the merch. It's just not funny. The story's crap. They've got the canned laughter and that. I think people only pretend to like it. Because now, if it's on now, if you turned it on right now, neither of you would laugh at a single thing that was said. I can guarantee it.
See, that's an unpopular opinion for Jay.
That is unpopular for me, bro. And I've had this argument with Howson and McCullough, and they're always like, oh, Friends, it's shit. And it's not unpopular because it's become popular to hate on Friends. If you go on socials, a lot of people hate on Friends. Yeah, it's still on Netflix. It's still on Comedy Central, whatever. It's still on I think Channel 5 still show it. It still gets a lot of views. And I'm not with you, Lexi. It's one of the few things me and my missus can stick on and watch together. And there are some series that aren't that great. There's some storylines that don't really work. I think there's certain parts of it that don't ring wholly true. Like Phoebe, I don't think will be hanging around with these people. I don't think they'll be hanging around with her.
No.
Like, I think she's just been sort of thrown in as this zany kind of quirky character. And it's something that doesn't really ring true. But I think in terms of actually being funny, there are some very, very funny episodes in Friends. I truly believe that because I will watch Friends. I do. I still watch it now and again now.
My dad loves it, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere near Frasier or Seinfeld, or Curb, those type, or even Larry Sanders Show. Those type of shows, and a lot of it is, I think
they're more cultish than Friends is off.
Seinfeld was very popular.
I know it was big,
Yeah.
but I think that.
But I still think that Friends is funner.
Yeah, but I don't think the writing's as clever in Friends as anywhere near the likes of Curb.
Well, Larry David says that a lot of Friends is derivative from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
like even Courtney Cox was in Seinfeld for one episode,
yeah.
and she took some of that. Apparently, you know, in the way they did Friends,
yeah.
she suggested certain things that they did in Seinfeld, where the cast could have input and stuff like that. And some of the storylines are the same. Jason Alexander was in Friends as well in one episode. Obviously, he was in Seinfeld. Some of the storylines are a little bit similar as well. If you watch certain episodes, you go, that's quite similar to something that happened in Seinfeld. And I certainly think Seinfeld's far funnier. But I think Friends is all right. I think it's quite funny. I think it's become fashionable to hate on it. And also, I think you mentioned earlier, some of the jokes and storylines aren't very PC now.
Yeah, but
Like-
they were then.
Like, then they were all right. Like, I think a lot of people have pointed out Ross's relationship with Rachel is a little bit controlling at times. And, like, at the time, it just seems like that sort of average relationship of a man and a woman there. He's got his career. She's a bit of a she's a waitress, and he's like looks down his nose at when she starts trying to do something else. He gets all jealous and reacts in a bad way. But at the time, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever.
The thing is, them people do exist still.
Of course they do.
You know, so it's
A lot of it rings true. That's what I mean. A lot of it rings true. Other than for me, the Phoebe
Yeah.
character being with them lot.
It was all right. It wasn't great.
So, Alexa, you've kind of got half a vote from him. Not from me, but people can get involved in the comments in the chat and let us know. I think Friends is all right. I think it's actually become fashionable to hate it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as bad as, if you want an unpopular opinion, I don't think Only Fools and Horses is that good.
Whoa. That's an unpopular opinion.
I just don't find it funny.
You don't?
No, it's a bit slapstick in it. I think David Jason's great, and
Nicholas Lyndhurst.
He's in Frasier now in the new series.
Yeah, I've not seen the new series of Frasier, by the way.
But yeah, I don't know if it's because he reminds me of my dad, and it's not because I hate my dad, but I just hate anything that he watched. Like Only Fools and Horses.
That's what put me off cricket. Not your dad watching it, mine.
Fawlty Towers. What else is he into? Cowboy movies, anything like that. Just like I have an instant. No, it's shit.
Really?
Rod Stewart.
Well, okay.
I like mine, Rod Stewart, to be honest.
You don't like it Only Fools and Horses when Rodney says, if there is such a thing as reincarnation, knowing my luck, I'll come back as me.
Yeah.
Class,
no, you know what I think it is of it? Is that it's just been rammed down your throat.
Yeah,
all the time.
I hear
Do you know
that.
what I mean? Like there's so many different sort of memes or like people on
and
Twitter.
also,
it's always,
it went on a bit too
that
long.
one about where he falls through the bar and everyone talks about that. Like it's like the greatest bit of comedy ever. And I just don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's, I don't think it's up there.
I like Only Fools. And the sad thing for me about Only Fools is the final episode, or what would have been the final episode, was Time on Our Hands, where they made £5 million. And that episode, I think, is brilliant.
You find the clock or whatever.
Yeah, the watch. And I think that episode is so funny. It's perfect. It wraps certain things up, and it's got everything you want. But then they carried it on for another few years. They came back, they lost all the money and all that, and it's like, where I think it could have ended there, and maybe should have ended there, and that would have been bang on. Even though it does ring true that they would lose all the money because it's Del Boy, innit?
What was that episode called?
Time on Our Hands.
And we have got no more time on our hands. That has been another episode of Agony Uncles. Thank you, producer Alexia, the voice of reason.
Well, it wasn't the voice of reason because he was slagging off Friends.
Yeah, well.
The voice of treason.
Nice.
Yeah. I think Jay's kind of going to come round to my ideas eventually, because eventually you'll have seen it so many times.
I'll give you that one. I have got to that point where I've seen almost every episode at least 5 times. And it's not like Sopranos where you can get away with that. Yeah. It's not that kind of thing. But yeah, maybe I will do one day. I'm not quite there
It's
yet,
a bit like, it's like visual elevator music, I think.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you can just have it on in the background.
There's certain little scenes and stories though in Friends that are funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but
what's your sorry, this is just a quick one. I'm interested to see what you two think about this. What do you two think about Gavin and Stacey? Because I think it's great, even though I don't like James Corden. I think Gavin and Stacey is really good, and we all in our house binge watched it yesterday, and it is really good. Obviously, he's
shite.
awful.
he hates James Corden. Me and him went off on Twitter against each other once because I said I praised Gavin and Stacey and James Corden.
I don't
because I made the mistake of saying I don't mind James Corden and Gavin and Stacey. I think Smithy's a funny character. I'm not a big fan of his other stuff, and he wasn't having it.
One-dimensional.
I like Gavin and Stacey, and I think a lot of that rings true. I do. I think you can sort of see it. It's not, it's like a fucking documentary. There's bits of it that are obviously, it's nonsensical. But there's some bits you can say, okay, yeah, I've seen things like happen in the past, or I get that. Do you know what I mean? And there is quite a little bit of, at times,
he's just such an
drama and
annoying
pathos,
character,
whatever.
though.
Who, Smithy?
Smithy and that seems to be based on.
But they play on that. I love the line when Gavin says,
like,
"You know what? I think if me and you met
right.
now, I wouldn't be friends with you." I love that.
If you watch Gavin,
I say that's loads of
if
my
you watch
mates, by the
Smithy
way.
and Gavin and Stacey,
Yeah.
right? It's Danny Dyer's character in Human Traffic. It just is
Just like, he's
large,
a bit-
sort of fucking like it just really is. It's exactly the same character, just like chubbier.
It is a bit, but there's, I don't know. I like Gavin and Stacey, and I think there's little bits in it that are genuinely fucking hilarious.
Well,
I do.
That's all
right. So you're pro Gavin and Stacey, but you're anti Friends. Yeah, Alexa.
Yeah. That's my.
Scotty's all right with
manifesto.
Friends. He's not a fan. He's elevator music. Not a fan of Gavin and Stacey.
Nah, man.
Can't be doing with Only Fools and Horses. Right,
You know,
so
there's my own popular opinions.
there you go.
People
You've got a
can
load of them there
attack-
to pick through.
Attack me at will on Twitter or YouTube.
Hey, give it to me. Well,
I'll
one
cover some
popular
ground now.
opinion
Yeah.
is that this channel is worth subscribing to if you're not doing already. Because I know
Yeah.
this is going out on Patreon, but it's also going out on the main channel, is it? Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
of course. So if you're not subscribing to the channel, please do. We want to get to 10,000 subscribers by today, the end of the day. And with your support, we can do it. That's been Scotty. I've been Motty. Don't forget as well, producer Alexa, this has been Agony Uncles. Thank you to everyone who sent in their problems. Make sure you keep doing it. Get involved in the comments as well and let us know what you think of our bad advice. Thanks for watching.